intro for cut shot. God, the mood no good. The mood no good at all. It's not a good mood around the Arsenal fan base right now. Rivals are loving it. I mean, I'm feeling some type of way. But joining me to take the sting off the day, man, like the astute content creator from the other side of the country, man, like Jason Gooner. What you say, brother?
My day, I try to keep it together, brother. Trying to make sense of what's been going on in the last hours.
Yeah.
It is what it is, brother. I remember the first time we talked about Arsenal's window, we were just lamenting that nothing's happening.
Right.
And now things have happened, and I would say it's pretty much like the percentage of what we've seen from Arsenal lately. Two good things, two bad things. It's never just we can just say everything that we did we love, right?
Yeah.
So it's just par for the course. So my hope is if today is a head loss moment, we have like at least one more transfer in the window. That's a no-brainer moment, right? But that's only something you can hope because we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah. So 24-25 season ends, right? You are Jason Gooner, sporting director / head coach, manager of Arsenal Football Club, right? You just came up short for the third season in a row, second, right? And you go into the transfer window. What are you telling the fan base? And what are you doing? Are you doing Madueke? Are you doing Kepa, Norgard, Zubimendi? Or are you looking at something different?
Well, look, I have always thought that in in Arsenal's process, right? That the current place that we are at is when we are buying players to add to the team, they have to improve the team, right? And so I don't think that we really needed to go for players necessarily that are squad fillers.
Right.
I understand with the Norgard buy because I think we lost Partey, we lost Jorginho, so we're just trying to replicate the numbers in a certain area. So I could understand that to an extent, right? Zubimendi, I don't know why everybody all of a sudden is trying to downplay the player. Like, I think Zubimendi is really good.
Yeah.
And a lot of the narrative I'm hearing is, he ain't this, he ain't that. He doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. And I'm just wondering, like, what has happened for the last 2 years? Because 2 years ago, every club was after the guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, because Arsenal sold it up from last summer or whatever, I've heard the narrative start to change. I even heard some people saying, "Oh, he's just okay. He doesn't play progressive passes." I just remember him coming on in the second half of a Euro final and dominating. So
Right.
that was enough for you to see him come on in a Euro final and dominate. Like, what else do you need to see? So anyway, so like I said, I know the way how Arsenal has done business in the past and like the previous most recent times. There's good buys and there's bad buys. There's good buys and there's bad buys. And my hope was this summer wouldn't be any question in anybody we buy. It's just like let's identify the best players in the positions we need and just buy them. Go after them. Because every time we get players, what do we hear? Oh, they fell in love with the project. So if all these players love the project, why can't we just buy the damn players? If everybody love the project, why we can't buy the players?
Now you said the Norgard. You so goodbye, bad buy. You put the Norgard signing in the goodbye category?
I think that the two midfielders, actually, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. People probably gonna disagree with this. I think Kepa was smart business. I don't care that he played for Chelsea. I don't care about none of that. If you're building a team, wouldn't you want your backup keeper to have some experience starting? Because I'm hearing people say, "Oh, you shouldn't have a goalkeeper on your bench that wants to start." Why not? Isn't that the whole point of having a bench?
No, I think the thing with Kepa is the part of it is the Chelsea stench, and the second part of it
That's all it is. It can't be ability for football because he can keep.
Part of it is Bournemouth didn't want you. Bournemouth, like you performed.
But that's unfair. That's unfair, T. You know why? You know why that's unfair?
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell Real Madrid that they're stupid for buying Dean?
No,
you're gonna tell Liverpool they're stupid for buying Kirkies?
Nah, but speaking of Real Madrid, Kepa was at Real Madrid, and Lunin beat him out, so he was there. He went to Virginia and still couldn't break into the team. And he
So
played well
I'm
for
saying,
Sunday.
a goalkeeper that has been at Real Madrid,
Yeah.
Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, I forget wherever else he's been, Bournemouth, right? For £5 million, what is there to complain about?
So that's what they tell us. That's what they call. That's what the fee is. But they don't tell you that he's on 100K. Right. So that's the wage bill. The wage bill.
Are you 100,000? Are you 100,000 less richer? You personally?
No.
Why do we care so much about what these guys are on?
I'll tell you why. Because the club that they work so hard and get rid of players that was contributing to the team in the name of lowering our wage bill so we can go get the big name players who are asking for a lot of money. But then you put the Zinchenkos on 150, you put the backup goalkeeper on 100, and then they tell us that we don't have money to afford the players who are demanding big wages. So it's the club that tells us that how much these men are making. Because if they don't tell us, we wouldn't care and we wouldn't know. But when they tell us that we can't afford a Rodrigo because he's on 200K, then you go put your backup goalkeeper on 100K and your third choice left back on 150, then it becomes problematic. You know what I'm saying? So the club is very good at what they tell us. When they tell us it's only 5K, 5 million to sign him for a backup goalkeeper, it sounds like great business, but that's what they want to tell us. But they don't tell us that he affects the wage bill in a negative way. They didn't tell us that Kai Harris was the highest paid player at the club until.
Let me ask you this. If the beef for the Kepa signing is 100,000, would you rather that we didn't spend no money and just have like Tommy Setford as the backup?
No. I'm fed up that
because that would save us wage money.
But I'm fed up that he signed.
So we can't just complain about every single thing. Like, what are we really complaining about? Is it the wages or is it the Chelsea thing?
We're complaining that he's not good enough for Chelsea, and he's supposed to be good enough for us. And we're gonna get into that.
We're not buying this guy to play. We're not buying him to play week in, week out, brother.
Yeah, but he's gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play the cup games. Yeah, did you want Raya playing every single game?
We need the cups.
Did you want Raya playing every single game?
No. We don't need Raya. But
that's my point. If you want to win the cups, Tommy Setford ain't gonna win us no cup.
I hear that. But there's an underlying tone with Arteta and goalkeepers that when he came to Arsenal, he inherited two goalkeepers who are currently still starting in the Premier League, in Emi Martinez and Bernd Leno. And he got rid of both of them. And every year since, he has signed a goalkeeper every window. So he got rid of two starting goalkeepers and keeps getting it wrong and keep having to sign goalkeepers when we should be signing strikers. Because
so you honestly believe that if we don't get a striker this summer, we can blame the 100K we gave Kepa?
No.
That's what I'm saying, man. So why are you linking those two things?
I'm saying the Kepa. Someone asked me what did I give the transfer window so far last week when we had only signed Kepa, and I said 0 out of 10. And man said, please explain. I'm saying we signed a backup goalkeeper. So I'm giving it a 0 out of 10. Nothing has changed. We haven't moved the needle one bit.
Yeah, that's to me, that's the biggest mark against Arsenal right now.
Yeah,
is we have signed what? A goalkeeper, a midfielder. Is the guy from Valencia over the line, the defender guy? No, right? So we've signed a goalkeeper, Zubimendi, and now Madueke. That's it, right? 3 signings. Oh, and Norgard, right?
Yeah.
So one of those 4 signings are going to start if everybody's fit, I think.
Yeah, it's just Zubi.
Right?
That's it.
That's my issue with the window so far.
That we're signing back.
I made a speech saying we need to show the intent that we're trying to go further. And those 4 signings don't do that. They don't say we're trying to go further.
Yeah, I
hear that. That's my problem with it.
I hear that. But here's the thing. And big up Miss Melina. So big up my brother Jason. Big up to you. Miss Melina said
in the building.
Yeah, we're playing 42 plus 10, 15 up front for Madueke. Disappointing sign. Yeah, Miss Melina, we're gonna get into all that. But I want to get past the Kepa thing, because Kepa I think Kepa gets a bad rep from Chelsea fans because they went on a good run and win the Champions League when they had benched him for Mendy. I don't think Kepa was the reason why they were losing games. I think he gets a bad rap for that, and that completely shattered his confidence, and he just turned into a madman after that. So I don't mind the Kepa thing, right? But the Norgard one, I don't know, bro, because you watched Brentford last year when they play against us. You watched Brentford when they play against any top 16. You a football man. You do watch-alongs and all this other stuff. Tell me how many games you watched Brentford and came away from it, that man. Did you see that Norgard? He was cooking.
Yeah, there's not many games, but then again, how many at that position around the world besides like 3 people do you watch and say, damn, he's the guy for that area? Or maybe not 3, like 5, 6 people, right?
Yeah, go
With
on.
role in the team, just sell people in midfield.
Oh shit, my bad.
Oh, big up Eras in the building.
I got the repeat one. Don't get to it with the second
Yeah,
one.
no. So
Yeah.
I look. He's not. He's not. We didn't buy that guy to like turn up. He's a glue guy. He's a captain. You know, like he's not gonna be pushing the needle for us. Like I'm not gonna lose sleep over. Okay, so you're saying if we really were trying to be about that life, buy someone to challenge Zubimendi.
Yeah, to add to our midfield, like someone of Partey quality. So essentially, before the Partey news broke, I was upset that we're letting Partey go because I want to sign Zubi and keep Partey. If Partey becomes the Jorginho, then I'm calm in our midfield. There's depth there, so we could actually do a good cup run. Calm, I hear that. But this Norgard thing, bro, I remember I've watched Brighton games last year, and I remember walking away from Brighton games, and you see that Belabor, he's cooking. You see that Adingra, he's cooking. I never once walked away from a Brentford game saying, man, that Norgard put in a man of the match performance. He's just a player. And it's just like this is a player that Palace should be signing. West Ham, not a team that's meant to be pushing for the title. Not a team that the manager said everything is done and we're supposed to be getting goosebumps and all this here.
I don't look. I don't know, man. I don't think that with the makeup of the team right now, like remember, I mean, yes, he has converted Rice to an 8, but Rice can play 6. You know what I'm saying? So there's no. I don't even think he's gonna play so much. I don't.
Rice.
I don't think Norgard is gonna play that much. I don't think he's gonna play that much.
I think he's gonna play more than we think.
Yeah, because we're gonna be in a whole bunch of competitions. But I don't know, man. Maybe he's gonna surprise. Maybe Arteta surprises me, but I don't see him being like that high up in the pecking order anywhere.
What happens when Zubi picks up a knock?
Rice will play 6,
and then who plays the 8?
Marino. But you want Marino play striker forever now?
Nah, Marino was meant to be the left 8, or was he meant to be another 6? Because he's good on the ball. He's just slow.
Yeah. So I mean, look. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but a lot of these Spanish players ain't fast, but they just make up for it with positioning and just knowing where to be. And, like Marino ain't going to lose us a game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were like cussing him last season at times. And I'm wondering like, what is it that I'm missing about this player? Why people don't like him? I don't know what it is. Maybe they just wanted something more. I don't know what they wanted, but
yeah,
I don't think I don't have no problem with Marino at all. Like, I think Marino is one of the better players we have, to be honest.
All right, that's calm. But, bro, let's get to the elephant in the room. Like, he's supposedly on $50K a week. And, once you hear personal terms agreed and man is coming to Arsenal, we usually give man hefty pay raise. We took Zinchenko from City. Man was on 20, and we put him on 120 or 150 or something like that. Now, we can't sell him. I'm sure Havertz wasn't on 280 at Chelsea.
So is Molina saying that we're going to keep him, or that's what he was on?
Nah, that's what he was on at Chelsea. This is going to double. This is going to double, bro. So, Madueke, what do you make of the player?
I like his direct nature, right? I think his decision making needs work, like most early 20 players that aren't world class yet. But I do think that there's a player in there. I think there was enough like spurts and spells and glimpses to say, okay, there's something in there. I think his time at PSV was very promising, before he went to Chelsea. He was doing things in the Champions League that, people do these days, and they go for, 50, 60, 70 million in the summer. So again, I feel like it's the stigma attached to the club we're buying him from that's really going to cause it to be very difficult for him when he gets to Arsenal, because everyone is going to be talking about, oh, it's another Kai, it's another Louise, it's another William, it's another name that player, right? So I think because of that, it's going to be difficult for him at first. My hope is that the names we have heard already, the Gyokeres and the Ezes come, and so Madueke is not, because in the worst scenario, the first week Madueke is starting on the left wing.
This is what annoys me because he's never played there. He's played primarily on the right wing.
The only time I've seen him play there, honestly, is a couple times for Chelsea, and Thomas Tuchel has played him there for England since he's been there.
Yeah, and under this new Chelsea team, Madueke was getting picked over there. Sancho was getting picked over there on the left side. Chelsea hate Sancho. They paid money to United to send him back. And Cuckoo was played there a couple times, so he's not a left winger. I don't want to hear it. He is not a left winger. He's primarily a right winger. And if he's not getting minutes on the right wing at Chelsea, he damn sure ain't gonna get it at Arsenal because Saka plays every week and heavy minutes. Saka plays 80 to 85 minutes. So it tells me he's coming.
So do you think that this signing has anything to do with Saka's injury last year?
Nope.
And they're just saying they can't afford to have the man play 90 minutes EFL Cup, and when we qualify from Champions League, and when we've done everything, we still have Saka playing 85 minutes.
No, because Ethan is in the squad.
Yeah, but is that where he wants to play Ethan all the time?
That's where Ethan played last year and saved his ass in multiple games.
Yeah, because we didn't have nobody to go there.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We didn't put him there when he had options.
You play Ethan there when Saka's injured. You don't go spend 50 million on this guy, then tell us you ain't got no money for Rodrigo. You don't do that. That's criminal.
I don't think he sees him there. I think he sees him more in the Odegaard space.
Oh, Ranieri.
Yeah.
No. Then if that's the case, then we're definitely not getting Eze.
Because that's where he would be playing, right?
Right.
So isn't there a scenario, because it seems like Rodrigo has cooled, even though it came out now that Real Madrid is like willing to let him leave and stuff. I was thinking Eze might be just a left solution, because I know he's not a left winger, but we don't really necessarily have to play with a left winger per se, We
need a left winger.
So you think in our system we need a touchline merchant?
Yeah, to stretch the field, because Saka keep getting doubled up on and tripled up on. And if you have good left wing play, one diagonal switch, and you're clean through. And Odegaard has that pass in him from that right side. He does have it. We need a left winger, bro. Our team is just so unbalanced.
So here's my question, right?
Yeah.
Last year, everybody says Martinelli is the fakest Brazilian. He's no good. He's not. He's really Italian. He's not Brazilian, right? He had one more goal and one more assist than Madueke.
Yeah, bro, I've been beating that point all day. So that's what I'm saying is he is worse. And not only doesn't give you as much as Martinelli going forward, Martinelli actually tracks back and help out Skelly. He doesn't give you that. So either way he's going, we're regressing with Madueke's production. Either way. And I'm not buying this young. He's young. Saka, they're the same age. No one talks about Saka's age. And Saka was cooking 4 years ago. He was carrying Arsenal 4 years ago. So Madueke is not a child. So I'm not trying to hear this. He's young. And how many attackers have improved under Arteta? Not many, but still. Big up to BX Gunner. Said, "What's good, everyone? Grab him some dinner. Hoping my appetite isn't spoiled by this Madueke nonsense, bro. The internet's on meltdown. Man who streamed this morning is back on the internet doing late streams in the UK right now because of this madness. You know what I'm saying? Big up to E Ross. Say hit the like and subs. Some dappins Agwan. Big up to Nasaj. I said no Saj. Oh, Jason spelled backwards.
Yeah, man. Namesake in the building. They are patrol,
Yeah. He's a United fan.
Nah, he's actually a Madrid fan, so we can troll him today.
So he trolled heavy. Nah, but seriously, man, like Madueke, this is an Arteta signing, yeah? This is not a Andrea Berta signing. Berta don't come from Atletico with no Madueke in his dossier. I'm not. Tell me this is not Arteta.
So we've signed what, 4 players? Have any of them been Berta signings? You think?
No.
So are the Berta ones what we're waiting on?
I think Gyokeres would definitely be a Berta signing, and I think that's why it's taking so long. Because I don't think Arteta wants him. I really don't. You see how
so you don't think you think still after last season he don't want a striker, or he just don't want that striker?
I think he wants his striker. I think he wants Sesko because he can bench him for Havertz.
You always have said that to the
I'm
man.
dead serious, bro. If you are Gyokeres, you scored 54 goals last year. You are not coming to backup man who's never hit 20 goals in the Premier League in a season ever. Gyokeres, Sesko managed up 13 goals in the Bundesliga last year. Those are Kai Havertz numbers. You apply Premier League tax to that 13 goals, bro. That's 7-8 goals. That's Kai Havertz numbers. That don't move the needle for us. And he's 22, so he don't get to come and demand anything, because now we're getting Ethan getting lambasted for demanding playing time, demanding more minutes when he played a fraction of the minutes that Odegaard
Who you
played.
believe on that? Because some outlets saying, once he's back from his little break after the Euro, it's pretty much a done deal, and then others are saying, it's a crossroads because of the playing time. Like, what do you think is more truth?
No, I think Ethan signs. I think Ethan does re-sign and stay. But I think what annoys me is that the fans were turning on Ethan, saying that he is, who the hell does he think?
Oh, he's being yeah. Who's this upstart kid? And yeah.
Bro, if you're your own best career manager, you have a very limited amount of time to play football. And if you're not in the manager's plans, then you're well within your right as a footballer to ask, I want to go on loan. I want to do this. I want to do that. I cannot, especially with the injuries that we said we had last year and the playing time that was available to him, and he still didn't play. All those minutes went to Sterling. Another criminal offense that I hold Arteta accountable for. But the Ethan thing, I think it does get sorted. And if it doesn't get sorted, then, my friend, I'm fearful. Then Arteta has a way more power at this club than we thought that he did. If he's allowed to mortgage our future in the name of Madueke. Because in 10 years, I don't think Arteta will be at the club. Right? In 5-10 years, I don't think he's at the club unless we're winning major honors. In 5 years, Ethan could be a £100 million player. You know what I'm saying? So we cannot just let Ethan go because Arteta got beef with him. I'm not trying to hear that. Big up to Darren Martin. Big up to you, bro. Hope everything bless. Yeah, man. But, bro, yeah. So it's anything else on the Madueke thing?
Look, I just hate that it was Chelsea. I honestly feel like if it's the same player and he was playing for, I don't know, Nottingham Forest, we're not having this big of a head loss. Maybe we still are because of the timing, like I said. We should have been getting the striker in, the left wing in before anything, because we know that's the big need, right? But look, 2 weeks ago, I was completely done with Arsenal. Like, I didn't even want to hear people talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. And, slowly we did some things. It seems like all the main sources are saying Gyokeres is pretty much done. Like, he's coming, So, and I know it's Arsenal, so we have to wait till him sit down like this and him have a pen in his hand and him go like this. But I would like to think that these people that are here saying it, the Ornsteins, the Romanos, the Oracles of the whole stuff, if they're saying it's this advanced and we're talking like 4 or 5 mil apart at this point, that's going to get sorted out, right? So moving away from Madueke, right? Is it just a fact? Is that, well, kind of ending off Madueke but going into something else? The fact that Madueke is signed and he's coming, does it not matter what else happens in the window? Is it just spoil because we have Madueke in it? Like, what do you think about that? Do you think anything can make this day not be such a bad day, like based on what we do in the future?
Well, he's an Arsenal player now, isn't it? So we got to root for him, right? When he put on the uniform and walk out, there's no boost coming from here. I'm not even on X or Twitter, so I don't do that whole abuse thing. No, to my club. I didn't want him the same way I didn't want Havertz. I wish the club had listened to us then, because they made that mistake. And the fact that they're still looking for a striker now says they got that wrong, but they'll never admit that. I think this is a bad signing for us, but he's an Arsenal player. It is what it is. What it does mean for me now, like Eze and Gyokeres is a must. Not no haggle over it. We tried. Those players have to come to Arsenal and hold up the number 19 shirt, the number 9 shirt, the number 14 shirt, and the number 10 shirt. It has to happen. There's no more room for error here. None. And I don't, the hold up. And another thing that annoys me about this, if we're supposed to be haggling over 5 million, 4 or 5 million for Gyokeres, how are we bidding 50 million for Madueke? That's the deal that you should lowball. You pay the money for Gyokeres. You pay it. That's what we need. You score goals. We need goals. The man has given up
Yeah,
forego
he's
his
doing all
salary.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, give up his chick, his money to come to Arsenal, and we can't get. If we can't get this deal done, bro, then we can't turn Rodrigo's head. If we can't get a player who openly says, "I want to come to Arsenal," a player that gives up his salary to come to Arsenal, if we can't get that over the line, then we cannot. One, we can't turn Rodrigo's head, and two, Bertha needs to go back on fraud watch. Because how can you not get this deal done? This is this. You have to get this done, and Eze has to happen. It has to, because
because we're July 10th. I mean, you want to get these players over the line, man, by next week at least.
Yeah,
because you want them. You want that for because how many seasons has Arsenal gone in, and the teams around us have made their big buys, and City obviously had a whole Club World Cup to get their players going. Liverpool got their business done pretty much when the season was still going on. So, we need to not fall behind in that because I don't want us to go into this season. You saw the start of the season when his fixtures came out. We can't afford to be spotting no games or, we got to be ready on that first day. We got to be ready on that first day, bro. You have to be.
I'm not even looking at the fixtures. I'm not even looking at the fixtures because the Arteta Defense League, the people who love and defend Arteta, one of the most staunch points that they use to defend Arteta is his record against the top six. They say his record against the top six is better than any other manager. But then the fixture list come out and then they're panicking because there's some top six teams in there. What's the problem? If he's so good against Man United, Liverpool, and City, why are you worried? Both those things can't be true. If he is that good, then it's calm. It's the relegation teams that I worry about then, because those are the ones that we drop points against, right? So, but yeah, it confuses me and concerns me that we're haggling over 5 million, but we have 52 million to cough up for Madueke. That does not make any sense to me. That means, Jason, people in the Arsenal boardroom, someone wants this. Someone at Arsenal wants this. Because I think AFTV did a fan poll, and 80%. Normally, the Arsenal fan base is divided. It's been a long time I've seen the fan base unite on such an issue. Not 100%, but the overwhelming majority. I think the Kai Havertz thing was like a 55-45, maybe a 60-40. This was 80-20. Overwhelming majority said, no, don't do this. The boy couldn't cook at Chelsea with all that creativity around him, Cole Palmer, Neto, and all these men. Why do we think he's going to cook at Arsenal with our robotic football? Because we're starved for goals, bro. We only scored 69 goals last year. 69. We had a plus 62 goal difference the year before that. So we have regressed in point style of play, and all this other stuff. And I don't think Madueke is the solution to move any of these needles that we're concerned about. You know the ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, it's I don't know. I guess the English tax has to be noted, of course. I mean, I feel like if he's from the Netherlands, he probably costs 30 mil, but it is what it is, right? And I've noticed that we have been kind of, trying to buy some England players lately. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But we need to get the striker, bro, because again, I think Madueke has things that he can do that could help, right? But I don't think that I just don't think the fans wanted to see another Chelsea player come, not for that money, not for it's too many things against it.
Do you blame
it almost makes you eliminate, like, it's the way we're reacting to this, it's like Madueke is horrible. And I don't think he's horrible.
Do you blame the fans though? Is what I'm saying. Because
no. And I don't blame the fans. I don't blame the fans because we've seen it play out. And like I said, if Madueke comes through the door for that money and we give him money in his contract, whatever. If we do that after Gyokeres and after Eze and after something else, this is not such a head loss moment. It's the timing. People wanted to see Gyokeres next with a shirt, guys.
Yeah.
Literally. Even if you had this deal done, just for you guys are the PR club, right? Don't they have a pulse on what's going on? Don't announce anybody but Gyokeres, bro. Yeah, that's all we want to see right now.
Clearly not. The pulse is not there because the pulse said 80% of us don't want this, and we were right about it.
I saw like a 2,200 people signed some petition or something like that.
Yeah, but that's Twitter, bro, and X, and that's a cesspool in and of itself. I don't even go in there. But big up to Why Not. Said, hey, how much you expect Arsenal to spend? Already spent 135. How much more?
Them can spend 250, I would say, maybe 3.
So is
They
that
spend nothing in the winter, in the January.
is
Nothing.
so that's only striker and Eze. That's not Rodrigo included in that because he's 80 million. He's
I don't. So you really, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna buy Eze to play on the left. I'm telling you, that's where he kind of plays for Palace. That's where he's
left
gonna play
eight
for
or
us.
left wing.
He's gonna play left where Martinelli plays.
So Madueke is essentially a 50 million pound backup to Saka.
So you want Madueke to start?
I don't want Madueke for free.
All right, fine. But I'm saying we have him, and if we do the business that we're meant to do still, he's not gonna start.
Yeah. But if
He's
Madueke
not
is
gonna
not
start.
playing, if Saka is not playing, I'd rather see Ethan on the pitch. That's our prospect, our academy kid. Why are we going to Chelsea to give minutes? We did this last year with Sterling. You know how many minutes that Sterling got? Like the 7-1.
Yeah, but come on, let's be fair, bro. Let's be fair. Madueke today is not Sterling today. Come on.
But
you don't see a difference between those two players right now?
Madueke is better than Sterling.
Of course.
Right. So if Sterling was worse and was getting those minutes, of course Madueke is going to get those minutes of Ethan ahead of Ethan. That's my concern.
I'm saying Ethan is going to play when Odegaard is doing madness, which is very possible. We saw it last season. He's going to play right there, boss. I'm telling you. That's where he's going to play.
I don't see it. I don't see it. If Ethan is meant to be a backup for Odegaard, he's going to play less minutes than he did last year. Because Arteta is not going to drop his captain or Havertz. Those are his undroppables.
Well, look, you can say that because that's the history we've seen. Now that we have more players in those areas, let's see if that's still true. I can't say that to be a fact because I haven't seen him have a striker. Even when Jesus was around, he was benching Havertz sometimes and putting Havertz in midfield. So if we get Gyokeres and we get and we have a left winger, right? Or even if we get Eze, he could potentially bench Odegaard and put Eze there and still start Martinelli. He could.
Bruh. Big up my sports bro, right? He says, and so many Gooners told me Timber wasn't a right back, and it will only be a left back. Who the hell was that? I didn't see that narrative running anywhere.
So when we first got him, everybody was saying he was going to play left back, but we had like 10 left backs at the time.
He was a center back. He was a center back / right back. I never saw.
Yeah, when he got injured, he played that entire preseason at center back.
Yeah. He only played left back because
he only played it in that one community shield game. He got hurt.
Yeah,
because I forget who was out at the time. I don't remember what was going on with other left backs.
No, the starting back four was Ben White at right back, our two center backs.
And he was left. Exactly.
Yeah, but he was never meant to be a left back. Arteta always believes he can make players better. Madueke can play left. He is not good at left wing. I'm just not hearing it. I'm not hearing that left wing thing. Not when he played 32 games and could only and let me just some context for Madueke. Yeah, he scored 7 goals last year, right? 4 of those goals came in August.
Yeah, he had that one. What did he score 4 in one, or he scored a hat trick?
He scored a hat trick and a 6-2 blowout against Wolves in August. So in 8 months of football, 8 months, he mustered up 4 Premier League goals in his best position on the right wing with creative players around him. So I'm not hearing this gas from Madueke. Arsenal fans that have this thing where I can go around the spaces for last year's content when people were comparing right wingers in the world, and every Arsenal fans was saying Madueke is shit. It was Salah and Saka. Every other right winger in the Premier League was shit, to include this guy. But all of a sudden, he's linked to us, and he's supposed to be this versatile player that dribbles everyone. And bro, with him, I get serious Alan St. Maximum and the Jeremy Doku vibes, where he do a million chop backs, overhits the pass, underhits the pass, or kick the ball out the stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so like technically he's like on point, right? But I think, like you said, it's decision making. So is there anything in Arteta's style of coaching that you think can bring anything out of the player?
No, because what attacker has improved under him? I think Trossard has regressed under him. Havertz hasn't hit anything. Sterling was ass.
You think Trossard has regressed?
Yeah, under Arteta, yeah.
Interesting.
Trossard was cooking at Brighton, bro. Man was at Anfield racking up hat tricks. That's why we signed him. And he came to Arsenal, played a couple of good games, especially as an impact sub. But last year, he wasn't good. So he has regressed. He played a good first season, a good first half of season, finishing left foot, right foot. But I don't think he's improved. That's why he's linked with a move away to Turkey. I don't think Trossard is because if Trossard was really hitting the levels that he was hitting at Brighton, would have offered him a new contract. I think he would have, but it seems like we're willing to let him go. Madueke got BBK doing streams right. It's not late here, Melina. I'm on the West Coast, so it's not even 6 p.m. yet. So
they think you're over in London, mate.
Yeah, nah. I used to be an hour ahead of London when I was in Germany. This would have been a real late night stream. I swear down, says Dr. Seymour Bus, this club could give people strokes and aneurysms. I mean, that's what it felt like today. The news broke when I was live on Jordan Dread TV. I had to go off stream, blood. I was like, what are we doing? Like, I wish this energy around Madueke was the energy around Eze. I would be calm. Put this energy around Eze. I don't see this energy around Eze. Right? And I seen Tottenham today, right? Tottenham signed who they signed today? Or yesterday?
Kudus and Gibbs White.
Right. And today I see them linked with Adam Wharton. Right.
That's a baller.
Right. And that's a baller. And who does he play for?
Palace.
Right. Eze plays for Palace. So now how many footballers are Palace are willing to let go in one window? So we can't drag our feet with this. If we had locked up Eze a while ago, then they won't be inclined to sell him to Tottenham. But if Tottenham drops the money on the table because they're good on PSR because they generate a lot of money and they're in Champions League now, and they pick up Wharton before we get our business done with Eze, Palace would be sitting there looking like we're about to go into Europa League possibly. We can't sell our best player. But because we're dragging our feet with this, we're dragging our feet with Gyokeres. Meanwhile, right now as we speak, Florian Wirtz and Mo Salah are on the pitch together, working on their tactics. Now, Wirtz knows how Salah like to receive the ball. He knows that Diaz like a 1-2. He knows that Cody Gakpo likes the ball on this side when he's running against the defender. What advantage do we get from waiting and dragging these transfers out? None. We're already behind the curve. And Arteta, he needs every advantage he can get to compete with them two teams. And right now, we're not getting it. We're still dragging our feet.
Well, some would argue maybe it's better if they come right before the season so Arteta can't coach them too much.
But then when he can't coach him too much, and then we go to Old Trafford away and he starts him, man is running off sides because he doesn't know that this guy likes to take an extra touch. You know what I mean? And you've seen the schedule, we have to start fast because I don't think if the gap starts wide, we haven't showed the ability that we can chase down any of these teams. So we have to start strong and maintain some kind of competitiveness with the top of the table. If they jump out ahead, I don't have any faith in this team to chase down a Liverpool or a City on a 13-point gap. So this could be over before it starts. You believe this? Big up Darren. Say Arteta does not want a striker because his growing legs, because his action says he doesn't. His mouth might say he want one, but his actions, goalkeeper, defensive player, winger. The attacking players he signed since he's been here: Willian, Havertz, Trossard, Jesus, Sterling. That's it. And then this guy, Madueke. So that's 4 of those. It's 4 of 6, and 4 of 6 of them are from Chelsea. And none of them work. None of them. Sterling played an entire campaign for us and didn't score 1 Premier League goal, blood. Not one. William played an entire Premier League for us and scored 1 goal. It was a free kick in the latest stage of the season. Like, it's been bad. This is why the fans got PTSD. It's not because they're just like internet trolls. And I guarantee you, if we go to Chelsea and offer from 100 million for Cole Palmer, they'll tell us to go kick rocks. Chelsea fans wouldn't allow that. There'll be a protest at Stamford Bridge tomorrow if Chelsea sold Cole Palmer to us. You believe that?
Yeah, I don't think they would sell us Cole Palmer though.
Right. And if they did, if the links were even happening, their fans would riot. But somewhere, Arsenal fans are convincing themselves that this is a good buy. Because they can't convince me that it is. But the copium is real with this one. And we're trying to convince ourselves that an out of form Madueke is a good signing. Remember when fans said we outgrew Zinchenko and outgrew Jesus because we signed them men to get into the top 4, right? You've heard that argument. You've heard that narrative before, right? We've outgrown them, right? But now we're signing players that Chelsea have outgrown. They've outgrown Madueke. That's where they're selling him. Last year, when Enzo Maresca looked at Sterling and be like, give me that number 7 shirt, I'm giving it to Neto. Go find yourself a club. It's probably what he told Madueke, like, bro, you're not going to play next year, so go find you a club. All of a sudden, Maz links to Arsenal, and the deal is done in 2 days. We've been linked with Gyokeres for ages, bruv. Our sporting director flew to Portugal, you know. He had one job. Come back with the guy. Come back with the striker. Put him on the
club. What he came back with?
He came back to introduce here. He came back to introduce Norgard.
He got an implant and came back. Here implant.
Like, you don't. Why are you going to Portugal to look at him? You want to talk to him? Call him on the phone, bro. Like, you don't fly all the way out there and come back without the gift. Mission failed. I'm actually worried about the Gyokeres deal. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm actually worried about it. I'm actually worried that it might not happen.
Yeah, because look, whenever you're talking to a club and the valuation is a little off, probably one of the worst things you can do is sign another player right then.
Right.
Because they're looking at you like, really?
Yeah. So
you're haggling with me over this 4 million, 5 million, whatever it is, and you just go and drop money on this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how does that help us in this negotiation?
Yeah.
They might just say, you know what, since you got that much money, okay, you know that 5 mil we're apart, let's make it 15, 20.
Now, yeah, at least 10, 15 now. Yeah. And then man stormed out and got back on this plane and flew back to London. Yeah. And why did we walk away from the Sesko deal again? Because it was too much money, yeah? Was it too much money?
I think, yeah, what we valued the player and what they were willing to take was too far apart. Yes.
Yeah.
That's at least what was reported.
Yeah. So another thing, they announced Norgard today, right? They announced Norgard. Big up to everyone in the chat watching. And people, make sure you are subscribing to Jason Gooner TV.
Norgard went up. The money went up. What?
Yeah. Listen, bro. Norgard was announced today, right? You know what the club said about what he's bringing to the team? They said he's bringing a wealth of experience. That's what they said, right? And I love those choice of words from him, because if you would backtrack a couple weeks ago, between the two strikers, Sesko and Gyokeres, which one of them have a wealth of experience?
Then almost Gyokeres.
Right. But all of a sudden, that wealth of experience wasn't the reason why we brought him to the club. But for this Norgard guy, the experience matters. You see what I mean? They say shit when it fits their narrative and think we're not listening to them. It's like they think we're crazy. Experience all of a sudden doesn't matter with a striker, but it matters with Norgard. What are we doing? Big up to RSV. Says Mikel Arteta is secretly working for rivals inside, trying to sabotage Arsenal by signing rivals Deadwood for a lot of money. He ought to be investigated. I think he's signing up Deadwood from Chelsea to trigger an investigation. Like, if this was like automated and they had like a kicker to kick out, hey, there's too much going on over here, this would trigger an automatic investigation. Drive up the like, says why not? Because this is too many, bro. I just listed the last players he signed from Chelsea, the strikers, and 4 of them was from Chelsea. That is criminal. That is criminal. Big up to Jafar. Said, why is Arsenal delaying on Gyokeres and keep spending on Chelsea players? Why? What's going on with Arsenal? These are legitimate questions, bro. We are not crazy. These are legitimate questions to ask of our football club that's meant to be going in for a 4th title try. And we're signing man like Madueke. Big up to Stephen Lloyd. Say, I think he meant Madueke doesn't make sense with Arsenal need a striker. And that's why we're doing it, bro. You know, if it if it makes sense, we're not doing it. But I mean, do you think though that he doesn't want a striker? He's good with the Havertz false 9 type midfielder who can play.
Well, you know, there's an out of favor striker at Chelsea right now that we could be going in for. Nicholas Jackson, man.
Lean in for a little bit. Just lean in for a little bit. You see that trash bag that he put Gyokeres in, that he put Madueke in. Yeah, he might as well have threw Nkunku and Jackson in there to sweeten the deal. Arteta would have probably taken it.
Yeah, I had to steal that one from Biggs G in the comment section, man. He said, "Watch Arsenal sign Jackson next."
Yeah, bro. Like I actually joked about it that there's Joe Jackson and Nkunku in to sweeten the deal because it's why not? Why not? You're over there just collecting trash. Just collect all of it. I'm surprised to see me this live. Yeah, bro. It's evening time. It's usually most of the people who watch my content are usually not online at this time. But this was eating me up, bro. This is like an emergency stream. So I had to
there's people in the YouTube space right now in England streaming. They're like, what the hell?
Yeah, this is
woke up out their bed.
This is big news. But Sportswear said proper depth we needed after last season. Proper depth though? Is he?
Nah, Must is a. I mean, this guy will make anything sound good.
Copium. It's copium, isn't it? That's what it is for copium. I really think we should have bid and wrapped up at least the Eze deal before.
Dopamine, copious amounts.
Yeah, this is madness. This is bad. Big up to the Unapologetic Podcast. Yep. I see the women. Yeah, the women doing bits and the men steam.
Yeah, £1 million on Olivia. That was big business.
Out here just doing a madness. Big up to Jordy Dredge TV.
Big up to Taylor Hines. Please, Taylor, I'm begging you, just help us out and play for Jamaica, please. But I'm so happy that you're gone back to your childhood club. You know, Taylor Hines, big up anywhere there. You're large.
Yeah. This is this blackmail going on. I don't know, but there's something going on between Arsenal and Chelsea, and the Arsenal fans aren't loving it right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea tried to offer us Jackson and Nkunku. They would offer it. And Lord, I think I'm up to like 299 reasons of sackable offenses that Arteta has committed. I might have to book Shane Gooner for another stream. Yeah, Madueke, bro. I don't know. Here's the thing about Madueke, yeah? I think I can make more cases for him not to join the club. I can make more cases against than for. And that's usually not good. Right? I can make more cases for Gyokeres than against. That's usually a good thing. But if I can make an argument and I can just rack up a whole bunch of reasons why I don't think you're good for the club, it's difficult for me to co-sign and understand that this is a good signing. Bro, this guy Arteta, if this is a crime scene, Arteta's DNA and fingerprints are all over this shit. You know, all over it. Like any other good reasons why Madueke should join Arsenal other than for his own payday and playtime that he's not getting at Chelsea?
I mean, like I said, I don't think we really have direct with the football players in the team, and he can do that. That's the only, if I'm looking for a football positive, that would be mine. Because you can't tell me that the guy can't direct run at people. And that's pretty much what he's good at. And we don't really have many players like that. Martinelli used to do it, he don't do it no more. You know, Saka really take on people.
Now Saka gets by his man effectively. He doesn't have to do the step overs and the shot backs.
Yeah, no. And I'm not basing it off like Madueke is more aesthetically pleasing with how he looks and everything. I'm just saying he's an effective dribbler. Yeah. Let's not act like he's not an effective dribbler.
Yeah.
He's 50% on take-ons. That's not bad. Yeah. Right? So there are things he does football-wise. Like you say, I watch games and I watch along and I'm an analyst. Analytically speaking, there's things the guys do that is good. But if you're an Arsenal fan and you studied Arsenal over the years, like you said, there's too many red flags about the player. The main thing is we have other needs in a window and we're spending more than what most of us think he's worth for a player that we can have red flags about. It doesn't make sense. This is a signing when the window is done. Yeah. And you just say, you know, we just wanted one more thing. Yeah. And we'd be okay with he's taking a chance on another Chelsea player. But with it happening so early, it's almost saying like, you know, he's a big part of the plan. So let's get it in. Like it's showing the wrong signal to the fans because we don't want Madueke to be this like the 2024 to the 25-26 window. Madueke, like we don't want him in the front of the banner. Like he can be in the background. And we have Gyokeres and the Eze and the Rodrigo and all these other people. And then you see Madueke in the back like this. You know what? No, he's like front and center, like we're gonna go for this title, and people not buying that.
Yeah.
You can't be what's gonna buy the title.
Yeah, big up to BX Gunner. Like this is actually a good shot, you know, especially with the injury to Musiala. Bad injury. They don't know how he's gonna come back from that. Eze has a release clause. He's played with Elise before. I could actually hear the shout, and this is why it worries me when this guy from the Red Pitch podcast. You see, you Kev, I'm on to you yet. I'm on to you, bruv. We're dragging our feet with these signings, and man, Bayern. Because if we go for him and Bayern go for him, he probably goes to Bayern.
Is that the same Red Pitch podcast that said that last week Wednesday?
Yep. Yeah, that's the same Red Pitch podcast.
He was talking about this Sunday.
Yeah,
it wasn't the last one. Yeah, it wasn't the last Sunday.
He keeps moving the goalposts because back in June when we stream and say, "Hey, wait till July." July is here.
And no, it was wait till after the Club World Cup. That was the first time I heard that. Then it was like, don't freak out about Man City signing people because they got Club World Cup. Oh, so Liverpool have the Club Dog Cup. What are they playing? They just bought everybody they need.
Yeah, bro.
Before everybody else, and they ain't playing no competitions right now.
Yeah, who would you say was in a more dire need of a striker, Arsenal or Chelsea?
Arsenal.
Right, and Chelsea have signed 2 strikers in this window already. They've signed Delap and João Pedro. João Pedro, who just
Chelsea is basically Arsenal backwards.
Yeah,
because they need 2 center backs and they're buying strikers and wingers left, right, and center.
Yep.
You know, but the difference is in this window where they're doing, you know, things that we are envious of because they're just buying good quality players. They ship out a Madueke for 50. They save money on Sancho. You know, they're doing other things that make it say, okay, you can spend some money. That's the reason why people don't think Arsenal are going to buy more people. Because someone said we've spent 135 already. How much more do you think we're going to spend? I'm also factoring in that any club with a brain would try to remove some of the people and get some transfer fees in. But like you said earlier, and I was kind of downplaying it, a part of the reason why we can't move the players, their value is diminished because they're on astronomical wages for the type of player they are.
Yeah, ridiculous money.
Because Zinchenko ain't a bad player. I'm sure clubs would buy him, but they probably like, damn, if he doesn't do what Gyokeres did and give us, you know, 5 million back off of his contract, he can't come here.
Yeah, because AC Milan wants him, but they're not in Champions League next year because they finished like 8th or something. So they, you know, Serie A don't have money like that. But because he's on 150, bro, we can't move him. And if we're gonna move him, we're gonna have to like take a loss.
Another thing too that we're not thinking about. You talking about Havertz first day, and that's why we ain't buying a striker. You know who I started rolling out pictures with already?
Who's that?
Saying how fast he's back recovering. The other striker.
The cheekbone guy out with the cheekbones.
Yes, the guy who's smiling and looks sad every time. Him. Jesus, bro. So imagine we go into the season and we have 3 strikers, one of which is Marino, and it's Jesus and Havertz and Marino.
It's long. Then next year we're slugging it out for top 4, bro. We're not even comfortably top 4. Like
But somebody in the chat said, look, you can clip him now, take it, screenshot it, whatever you need to do. He said we're outside the top of Europe next year.
I hear it. And big up to why not? Non-negotiable. No more Chelsea rejects. Yeah, go to Chelsea and take Caicedo or take Palmer if we're serious. Do not any players that's not starting regularly for Chelsea. Do not do it. Don't do it. It hasn't worked. Like how many times?
To be fair to that comment, he played what? I think he played 32 games. Madueke. You know how many games he started?
I know he played 2,000 something minutes.
He started 27 out of 32 games. So I wouldn't say he's a bench player for them. I mean, maybe now that they've made these buys, he is. But with the last season, which is what I'm going to reference it from, he was a starter for Chelsea.
Yeah.
So let's not act like the man wasn't playing or not getting games or whatever. I mean, he was playing. It's not like we went and got João Felix. You know what I'm saying? Even though quality-wise, when you see Felix play, it said, damn, maybe if I was going to take a reject from there, maybe it was him. Because he could play on the left.
Yeah, he could. He could actually ask that question, but most people said no. No to it. And I think his market value is like 20 million. It's a hell of a lot less than 50.
Look,
But
I compare it to like Asensio last year when he went to Villa. People were saying, "Oh, he's washed up, this and that." I was like, "Bro, you don't lose technique. That doesn't leave you. You know,
yeah,
like he's gonna do things for this team when he goes there."
my God. Big up the CFC gamer. You man are criminals, bro.
In there, yo, bro, I saw Chelsea creators making videos celebrating, pulling out bottles.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I can't take this trolling. This is next level.
Yeah, Carefree Lewis released a tweet of Madueke sitting down in an interview talking about how Chelsea was the biggest club in London and all this year. That is not going to age well, bro. Like the first miscontrol pass, man, are onto him. Man, are onto him.
Another agent.
Yeah. Journeyman proctologist said, calling it out, clip it at minute 55 and 51.
No, why not? Why not? I get it, I'm not making the argument that he started mean that he's wanted by them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I got you.
We can't. No, I'm just answering to why not here in the comment section, because he's saying because I'm saying he started doesn't mean they wanted him. I said I'm not saying that's not why I said that. I'm just saying we said that we're taking a guy that was just sitting on the rubbish heap. But I mean, how rubbish is he if he started 27 of the 32 games in the league that he played? That's all I'm saying.
He's rubbish in the sense that he started that many games and can only muster up 7 goals. Is what I'm saying. Big up to DJ Giggs. Said Jason Gooner and BBK, do Mr. Usserman would improve this Arsenal? Yeah, absolutely. He's a gunman, bro. I don't know why.
Gunman. I mean, he scored like 40 something goals last year. So
I don't know why there's not much more link around.
I don't know what's going on. How come he's just stuck over there? Like it's weird. Like how is no club going after this guy? He must have some serious agents and stuff going on. And
this guy right here, man. This guy is a criminal, bro. Yasser TV, man, ultimate Chelsea troll. Man is just going around to every Arsenal content creator, but I run my money. Run my money for nunny. My money for nunny. And hey, he's getting his money.
Hey, and you know what's hilarious? I saw something, right? Yeah. And they were saying, this Madueke money. Don't be surprised if Chelsea turn around and slap some money towards Madrid for Rodrigo.
I hear it.
Maybach
music. Got a question for you, bro.
If Arsenal finish, don't get CL, and they win Carabao Cup, does Arteta stay in your eyes? If Arteta won the Community Shield, he would stay. So yes, he would stay. Remember, we don't have the power to fire the man, it's the board. So yes, he has stayed without winning any cups. So I think if you but not getting the CL, that's tough. That's tough. Carabao Cup, what that put you in? The Europa
Conference.
Damn.
FA Cup put you in Europa. That's why Palace are in it.
That's right. FA Cup, not Carabao. That's right.
Yeah, but is the football club meant to be accountable?
I don't think they would fire him though. I think if he won the Carabao Cup, he would stay.
Is the football club meant to be accountable to its fans?
Yeah.
Then he should be accountable to us, and he should be sacked if he only wins the Carabao. Because I'm here to tell you, bro, if Madrid start their La Liga campaign slow, as much as they love Xabi Alonso, he played there, won there, and he's the newest thing on the market. If they start slow, he's out of there. Because that seat's already hot with this Club World Cup that no one cares about. And that seat's already hot because they got punched up for 4 goals yesterday. You know what I mean? So Arteta there are managers in the world who've been done wrong, but he's not one of them. He's been given 6 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's going to be interesting to see actually at Madrid, because he's got a big job ahead of him. And I think that will be like, because obviously Madrid moves like a big club. They're a big club. So, all the goodwill he might have because he played there and all of that, if he can't produce, he's going to be out the door.
CFC gave us a nunny taking Arsenal for us to bring in Estevao, Pedro, and Don Arteta and Bertha. Yeah, bro, we're helping these men out with their PSR.
No, but the thing is like the thing with Chelsea that's crazy is I don't even think us buying Noni would have stopped or done it. Like they would have been spending and doing what they do because that's just what they do. Like I don't know, man. This guy, when this guy likes a player, man, he'll do whatever.
Yeah, and this is why I don't believe that he wants Gyokeres, because he likes this guy.
He would have had him already.
Right, it gets over the line like that. And I really think if Gyokeres comes, it forces him to have to bench Kai Havertz and upset his dressing room. And Sesko is a 22-year-old who hasn't had a banging career, who hasn't scored multiple goals. He can do that with Sesko. He can tell him sit down and sit behind Havertz. He can't tell Gyokeres that. Man is an experienced, played in the Champions League, big minutes, heavy goals, high volume scorer. He can't do that with him. Arteta does not want this guy, and this annoys me. It's clear that's what we need, bro. And the man is like he is taking us backwards with these signings. Now I hope he bangs. I hope I sit here with egg on my face if Madueke starts at Old Trafford on August 17th and cook the shit out of Dallo and wraps it a couple in the top bins, bro, I'll be shamelessly here celebrating. But I didn't see him do that at Chelsea with all the space that they had. And I just don't see it. Now, do you think we got Zubi, we got Norgard, Nani, even with Eze and Gyokeres, you think that's enough to challenge?
Eze and Gyokeres added to what we have, is that enough to challenge?
Mm-hmm.
I would say yes, because I don't think that the defense so drastically gets worse because Partey is not there, right? Because to me, that's the one part of the defense that's gone, is that hole in midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else will be back in terms of the defenders and the goalkeeper. So, that we say we had 69 goals. I mean, obviously you can't just say Gyokeres adds 25, but you kind of can. Like, he's going to bag like 25. So, yes, I think we challenge immediately if we get Eze and we get Gyokeres with what else we did in the window. I think we actually do challenge. I don't see why we won't.
What about just Gyokeres, no Eze?
I think we could still challenge. Because the striker, bro, we have not had our gunman like since Abba.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last gunman we had.
Yeah,
he scored 20 every year. And I think the team back then was not as good as it is now.
Yeah.
So if you put the 20 that he's going to give you potentially, if he bangs, we're talking 30s. Because that's the type of goal scorer this guy is.
Yeah. So when you get rid of the last 20 goal a season scorer, last golden boot winner that we have, and you've had 8 transfer windows and haven't replaced that, if I put 2 and 2 together, that tells me that you don't like to play with an out-and-out gunman, which is what Gyokeres is. And this is why I think we're haggling over it. This might be a power struggle between him and Bertha. Yeah, it might be, bro. Because
so if that's the case, then I mean, what we asked this from the first day. What's Bertha there for? if he can't, all right, let's say like how are they planning on doing it? Like, we're gonna make 6 signings and 3 is Arteta's and 3 is Bertha's. Is that the plan? Like, or because Bertha's knew he gets 2 and Arteta gets 4? Like, what is going on?
It might have been a case where Bertha comes into the club and he's been told by, for continuity, he's been told by the Zubimendi deal has been in place and we're going to continue with this one, right? So that one was wrapped up. But no one can convince me that he got there and looked at the squad, looked across the Premier League, looked across Europe, and be like, hey, Noni, that's our guy. No. This man has a dossier full of football context. He's been the sporting director for Atletico Madrid, a team that has competed with the 2 giants in Spain with less money and won. So he knows players. He knows football. This is the guy who signed Thomas Partey at Atletico. Thomas Partey was the reason why Atletico was comfortable selling Rodri to Man City. People forget that. And Rodri was bought in 2021. You know what I'm saying? That he knows talent, especially midfield talent. So, and there are reports.
Let's hope he signed Norgard then.
Nah. I think Norgard might have been just a good business signing, because that's what AFTV running. It's good business. Now we need good players, man. That's what we need. We need good players that's better than what we got. We can't be going to these. If you're going to go to these mid-table clubs, take their best player. Like, if you're going to go to Wolves, take Cunha. If you're going to go to Brentford, you get Mbuemo, not Norgard. That's what you do. You pick them off. If you're going to go to Chelsea, you get Caicedo.
Even if you want to, even if you're saying you want a young player, like a young player in the league that's maybe not there yet but coming up. Yeah. What about the guy from Germany that's over there, Schade?
Yeah, bro.
What's wrong with him?
I would have taken Baleba from Brighton, bro. Brighton, they scout well. They scout real, real well.
Brighton. Well, that's what Chelsea's doing. We rating Chelsea and they're rating Brighton.
Yeah, but there's some shit, bro. Sunderland paid like £20 million today for Odingra.
Yeah.
So it's not like
He fell out of favor with the coach, and he plays left wing.
Yeah. So what I mean. Would you?
Honestly, when you check it, Kudus was bought for £55 million.
Yeah.
Madueke was bought for £55 million. Anthony Alanga was bought for £55 million.
Yeah.
So of those three players, is Madueke the worst?
With the Chelsea tax, yeah.
And that's what I said in the beginning.
Yeah,
every goodwill you would give to Madueke, it is immediately gone when you figure out where we bought him from. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, we can't ignore the Chelsea tax, bro, because it's real. We have a current Chelsea tax player in our squad. We just sent one back because he was a dud for a season. Willian could have fleeced us. He had to rip up his contract. Big up to Yasser, people. Make sure you're subscribing to Yasser TV, especially you Chelsea fans in here that's strolling. Yasser, Chelsea content creator, makes good content, and he's an overall good brother, except for when he's trolling. Right, sucker runs behind more. Yeah, bro, it's a mad one. I don't know, man. I don't. Okay, so how much more leeway you give Berta or Arteta to announce the striker or Eze before you hit the panic button? Because you're not panicking yet, and I'm fully there, bro. I'm fully at my boiling point.
I would say, what's the timeline for when we go to Asia?
We started training today because they tweeted out picture of Zubamendi training, so it should be.
Yeah, I saw the training pics today. Yeah. So I feel like they trained for like a week or something before they leave. I would look if whatever signings we're gonna make aren't with the team in Asia or meet up with them in Asia for any part of that, I would be worried because that assimilation into the team, everybody says Arteta is like, it's so much information and it's 15 million formations in one game, and so that means it's going to acquire some time for them to learn whatever he's trying to do. So exactly, he's still at Arsenal. We have one bus just for left backs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think panic mode sets in if we are on that Asia tour and we don't have a striker still. Even the Eze one not happening, I wouldn't be as freaked out. I would rather both of them were there, or Gyokeres and whatever left winger or whatever other attacker we plan to get. They need to be on that trip because I think that's where, you want the guys to play with the players in some games, even if they're meaningless friendlies and they're just, but it has to happen. That process has to take place. It can't be a situation where, like, I don't want it to be the Emirates Cup where we first see those players. They need to play some games before that. I don't even know if we still do the Emirates Cup, but if we don't, I'm just saying it can't be like the last friendly before the season we playing all these men.
I hear it, man. But there's something
about getting to that point. Look, I just it is a little worrying. I will say, T, that it's been like what 7 to 10 days of like Gyokeres is signing, but he hasn't signed. And I think the other day or yesterday was maybe the first day where I saw something almost negative about it when they were talking about the whole evaluation being a little off and they can't quite get over the line. So if the narrative around the transfer continues to go towards more doubt, then that's when I'll hit full on panic mode, because I don't think they're going to double back and go for Sesko at this point if Gyokeres falls through. And then what are we doing?
Yeah. Well, if that's what happens, then the clear plan that we were told that we were have clearly was a lie, and it's not clear planning because it's right now the final piece to the puzzle should be the easiest piece to add. We have the best defense in the Premier League 2 years running. The midfield is decent. We're adding Zubamendi. We've challenged with that midfield. It's not the best, but we've challenged with it. We just need goals, and we have a guy that scores goals who's begging to come to the club. And it seems like we have a manager that wants to run it back with Kai and the guy with the cheekbones. Who you think is the better player, Jesus or Madueke?
Jesus or Madueke? Oof. I mean, because a part of ability is availability, I'll say Madueke, to be honest.
All right, let me add some context to
I
it.
think Jesus is a better player though.
So
Like overall,
pre 2022 World Cup, Jesus and Madueke, the best version of Madueke.
yeah, the best versions of them that I've seen in my lifetime, Jesus is a better player.
Yeah, because I don't
But I
think.
just don't think I don't know if Jesus can ever get back to that. And I
Yeah,
don't think that Madueke has reached the best that he could reach.
yeah.
So in terms of like, moving forward from today, Madueke makes me way more sense to even try to work with.
Mhm. Yeah, so what it is for me is like, because what I said earlier, when the Arsenal fan base have said we've outgrown Jesus and we've outgrown Zinchenko, and Jesus is a better player all around when he's available than a Madueke. So if we have outgrown him and he's better than Madueke, then we're going 2 levels down when we should be trying to close the gap on Liverpool, on City Pool, really. Big up, Mr. Batterd. Hope you were good, bro. The Vigilante says striker should have been the first, not the goalkeeper. That would have sent a clear message of intent to the fan base, definitely. Big up Vigilante for that.
That's what I don't get, man. Like, we're so far into the summer and we're still talking about price per player. Like, what the hell were we up to? Like this whole like what? Why weren't these conversations happening like literally July 1st?
Yeah.
Like why? Why is it July the 10th? And like I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. Yeah, man, I bust load of them, brother.
Oh, bus. Chill a Lord. Chill a Lord. And we might be, where do we link with Hato? Hato from Germany. He's a left back. You know what I'm saying? Shit, bro. Another one. Mr. Bad, I'm not surprised that Madueke, and I would not be surprised if the next signing is another poor loan. I don't know, man. What can happen is they cannot tell us that they
Yo,
don't
it's
have money for
another
Jose.
loan for left wing, bro.
Yeah, bro. They can't tell us that they
So
don't have money
pissed.
for Jose. You know. Yeah, big up to the BBK, big up to the chat. The club have shown they aren't interested about what the fans think.
That's Rich 99. That's a serious thing,
It is. But the
We're
thing is,
not,
the fans were right about Havertz. I bet they wish they had listened to the fans about Havertz because we were right about him. You know what I'm saying? That these men act like we, just because we don't have FIFA license, that we haven't played ball for years and decades and kickball and coached and do all this other stuff. Like, we know a good footballer when we see one, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I see all these stats that they're putting up today about dribbles and possession retained and all this stuff. Bro, as the winger, you're meant to create chances for the strikers. And in modern day football, you're meant to contribute GA as well. And no one talks about how well Mo Salah retains the ball or Yamil Lamar retains the ball. Them men do their damage going forward. But only when it comes to us, we want to put things in context and make word salads about players that are underperforming. Now that I'm going into preseason game here in Singapore to see the clown show. Oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna go see him. He's gonna go see the Arsenal shit up the place in Singapore. Make sure you send us some vids, Mr. Barrett. Big up to you out there, Singapore, man. But,
yeah, man. Tell us if Havertz playing left wing.
Yeah, whether they're televised or not, you can tell us the truth from over there. Oh my God, where's Darren? Darren said the fans are going to riot if this is our last signing. You would think, but nah, they'll find copium in it, Darren, and find some copium and just convince themselves that this is enough. And Super Mick Arteta will make all the tweaks we need to challenge City Pool. But I'm not hearing it, man. I am not hearing it. They got the Vigilante against the Eras. I believe Bertha was in Portugal. He was in America sorting a Madueke deal. That was done way too quick. Now I think Bertha did go to Portugal, but while he was in Portugal, Arteta went across the street to Stamford Bridge and did, he stole the ATM card with that last 5 million on it. That 5 million that they're haggling over, Arteta took it and made it the add-ons for Madueke, but it is a mad one. But bro, tell the people what you got coming up, man. If you got something coming up for tomorrow.
Well, people, right now, it's chaos mode in Jamaica football.
Mm-hmm.
The Gold Cup was not very fun to watch as a Jamaica fan, and I've been reporting on all the fallout. McLaren get fired or not? Is it him? Is it his backroom staff? It's all kind of madness going on. So if you guys, I'm sure some of the people here are Jamaican. If you are, even if you aren't, I do content surrounding that stuff from time to time. Also cover the EPL, cover the Club World Cup, Women's Euros. So just when games are on, people just click and see, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and you'll see what I got going on. But definitely gonna have a conversation about Jamaican football because a lot of things have been in the news. Our star boy was in the news as well for off the field activities, and that's something that's a bit crazy that's going on as well. So it's just the it's I it seems like all of my teams give me a lot of content to create. So whether it's Arsenal, whether it's the Jamaica national teams, whether it's the Knicks, it's always some kind of drama storyline going on. Yeah, so just basically subscribe and support, guys. And man's a family man with a family, so I can't be as dedicated as BBK here and come every single day at a certain time. But just turn on your bell notification so you can know when we drop content and just support people.
Yeah, big up Darren. And I tell you what though, Darren, like Darren and why not these men? And like these men keep me honest in the chat. These men hold me accountable. I wish the fan base holds the club accountable the way these men hold me accountable in the chat.
Well, look, I've always said this, T.
Yeah.
If clubs were serious about fan engagement, they would have on their Arsenal YouTube platform, they would have live content, bro, where we can sit there and ask questions.
Yeah, what they do is they have a social media director and a supporters club, but that's completely that's
but you have to go through all these hoops. I'm saying on a Sunday night at whatever time, we will make somebody available to be on a live stream to talk.
Yeah.
If they were serious, they would do stuff like that, bro.
I don't think they're ready for why not. And
I'm just saying, if they were serious, they would do stuff like that because that's where you're gonna get the real stuff. That's why people hold us accountable on YouTube every single day. I can't just turn on my camera and talk anything because people in the chat and say, "Hey, brother, what you talking about?"
Bro, I'm telling you, this why not, bro. Like the minute I say something out of line or this vigilante, them man go get the receipts and come back and put it in the chat. Be like, nah, you're wrong about this. And
for real, Eros, in a perfect world. I know that's a bit utopian of a concept for me to go to, but I'm just saying, if they were serious, that's what they would do. That's the engagement they would have. Because they would realize, they would gauge the pulse. Like I said, some of the things that they're doing right now, it's just obvious that they're tone deaf, bro. Or either that or they just don't give a shit what we think.
I think it's the latter, bro. I think they don't give a shit. I think they just believe they know more than us, and they strongly believe. But I'm saying we were right on the Kai Havertz thing. We were right on the Sterling one. We were right on so many other deals, and we could have saved you a hell of a lot of money. And if this Madueke thing don't work out, I bet they wish they had listened to us then. You know them ones. But yeah, big up people, and make sure you are subscribed. I think you should have at least 3 or 4 more subs, man. Every single one counts. Make sure you are subscribing to Jason Gooner TV, people. Like I've told you many, many times, I've subscribed to many, many channels on YouTube. Many, many, hundreds, maybe even thousands. There's one channel that I pay money to. One channel that I'm a member of, and it's Jason Gooner TV.
That's respect, bro. I never know that.
Yeah, that's the quality of content that you're gonna get over there, people. I'm not a hoarder of subs, so make sure you go over there, you subscribe to Jason Gooner TV. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. Vigilante said he just subbed. Big up to you.
Big up and all those watching on Jason Gooner TV, you already know to reciprocate that, people. Make sure that you guys sub to BBK Sports. Not only ourselves. If you're a Gunners fan or you're not a Gunners fan and you're like, brother, I don't want to subscribe to another Gooner. He talks about all teams, all things football related. And he's very, very dedicated to the craft. And also, you can tell he's a man we're doing research as well. So him don't just turn on him camera to just talk to him. Come with something to talk about. And that is why when I have the time, I always turn up and listen to what he's saying. Big up.
And big up to E-Ross. I can't end my stream without giving E-Ross is the man on YouTube that his own intro in every stream that he goes into. Big up E-Ross, the hardest working mod. He's the Patrick Vieira of all the mods. Man like E-Ross, you know what I'm saying? Big up to my sports world. Say get in and sell Kivior. Oh, Muscaria and sell Kivior. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta speaking of that, I had meant to make E-Ross a mod over on my channel, but
man, make sure
I forgot. So I'm glad while it's in my head, I'll do that right now.
Yeah, he works so hard, bro. He works so hard in the street. Mr. Battered Liverpool fan. He won't troll you though. He'll just tell it like it is. But he is a for real through and through Liverpool fan, the envy of all fans right now. The way his club is moving, the way his fan base is united. I'm so jealous of these Liverpool fans, man. But it's all good. It's all good, people. It is all good. Big up single one of y'all, man. What's up, man? What you got before we go?
Nah, just when you said that about Liverpool, it was just making me think about Liverpool and yeah, they I don't know, man.
They're trading, bro. They're on the trading pitch doing trading while we're haggling over 5 million and signing out of form. I want to say out of form. If you're not starting for Chelsea right now, you're out of form or out of favor, Chelsea winger. You know, and that's the levels right now. You know, that's the levels right now, and you know, there's not enough fans holding the club to account. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Man said Liverpool dancing at the ATM. Dancing at the ATM. Long day. Send the video to the nearest dog pound. Yes. But people, like I always say, we're going to leave it there. Make sure you tune in to Jason Gooner on the next pod. And catch me tomorrow for my next regular Football Digest, people. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. We are gone.